Do me a favor and know that that's going to let you understand if this company truly respects DEI or if they don't. Because for me, DEI doesn't mean that you making this public announcement that I'm doing DEI. For me, those companies, majority of those companies that want to publicize it, in my opinion, they're doing it for marketing. For the ones that are true to it, they've been doing it long before George Floyd in 2020 and Black Lives Matter movement and the Me Too movement. If you already believe in something, how many of us shout out, you know what, I love black people. I mean, we don't even hear black people shouting that out on a regular conversation. So when these companies shouting it out, what are they telling you? Hey y'all, this is Tamika, the face behind Heyyy HR. And I create videos to not only help those who are starting the HR career, but also growing the HR career, to not only feel comfortable in the workplace, but to literally learn human resources in all workplaces. Now, I didn't create this just because I wanted to have a YouTube channel or anything like that. I created it because through my 12 and a half years of working in human resources, I've seen so many disparities towards minorities in so many places in their lives, including benefits, as well as promotions, as well as compensation. And I can continue to go on where they didn't even realize that they were being treated unfairly. All the changes with President Trump lately and all of these different executive orders is kind of literally like my wheelhouse. Typically, I don't pay attention or I don't highlight politics because I'm here to teach you human resources. But in this unfortunate situation, just like so many others, as I've mentioned in my blog that tells you about how presidential elections can affect the workplace, this is really kicking up a storm. Now that DEI is revoked, what do? Then you definitely want to keep on watching. So in this last 8 days or so, because I'm creating this video on January 29th, Trump has written so many executive orders and pardons and other policies, or I can't say he's written them, he's signed them. Let me correct that. He's signed executive orders where it has really caused a shift. It has really brought a lot of attention. It has really put a lot of people in alarm. I mean, let's not even forget the fact that just Sunday alone, he made sure that over 1,000 undocumented migrants were sent back to Colombia. That doesn't include what he did on Friday, Saturday, and up until today. And today for me right now is Wednesday. He has renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. How does that affect the price of eggs again? He is challenging birthrights. How would that change the price of gas? We think that he just may be reinstating abortion rights. He's reversing DEI mandates and closing several federally funded DEI programs. He's only acknowledging those who are biological men and women in the military. He has put out an executive order to stop affirmative action for colleges and universities. He's affected student loan debt. He's ridding the federal government of DEI workers. He's done way more than that, but I'm not going through his list. I'm just telling you that with these changes, it's not only going to affect the workplace, but it is going to affect your regular lives, because this can affect our economy. Quite a few things can affect our economy, particularly student loan debt, particularly those who can be in the military, particularly federal jobs. So many times we hear federal jobs and we assume that everybody works in DC. Federal jobs are in every state across the United States. So there are a lot of people that are becoming unemployed who have really built a life around their income from their federal position. Some of the most recognized or memorable historic executive orders was with President Kennedy when he created the Peace Corps, with President Eisenhower and President Nixon with desegregating schools. I can go on and on with quite a few, but most times those executive orders were ones that affected majority in a positive way to some degree, made us feel more equitable. Representative Jasmine Crockett, she is so smart, and I'm so happy that she be representing in politics for us because she breaks it down so easy.
Because every day that we show up in DC, we show up for you. That's right. We know who we work for. We know that we work for the American people. And what we're not gonna do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they trying to pull right now. Go ahead. This is why I'm not gonna be able to preach, because I probably won't be able to stop cussing. Take your time. But let me tell y'all something. I know some of y'all have been frustrated, and you've been saying, where are the Democrats? Where are our leaders? Well, I'm here to tell you that we ain't never left y'all. Go ahead. All right? We are here. We are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. Yep. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution Constitution or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face, we are going to be on your asses, and we are going to make sure, you understand what democracy looks like. This ain't it.
And she allows us to remember, like, listen, you can totally be yourself, right? Because she comes in all glammed up with all the things that we like, the things that we probably would change because we want to code switch, right? She's been very vocal, I'll say, about these different changes and what's legal, what may stay, what may not. When we talk about DEI, she's made it clear that we came to a land for the free, for the equitable, and we're all here to be treated fairly. So for those that don't like DEI, it's kind of scary. Like, do you not want us to feel equal and feel inclusive? Like, it just wows me. But moving forward, the biggest reason I created this video is to let you know how to move forward with DEI being revoked from so many places. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you is pay attention to these companies that you're working for, that you're applying for, that you're shopping to. Pay attention. Because the one place you can pay attention is that most companies that truly had a very firm DEI plan or programming, they have their DEI report that they post publicly on their website. So when I've written blogs before about DEI coming out of Ford and Microsoft, I embedded their actual DEI report that they've written. And I believe Microsoft, I put in a couple years of DEI reports, because what you want to look at is what's changing. Quite a few companies, I'll say, are saying that they're downgrading their DEI. That doesn't mean they're getting rid of it. And DEI is so encompassing, so layered, and has so many different facets to it. Guys, sometimes they're taking back initiatives that they've already been successful in. Sometimes they're taking back some that haven't really applied to them. We ain't gonna reach out, because I swear when I just, y'all get on my website to get a service, y'all come and ask me a question that's already on the website, already on the email that was sent to you.
I need us to read.
Because when we read these DEI reports, it tells us what were the DEI initiatives that they were focusing on. What was their programs? What were the results of it? What were the stats of their population particularly? And some of them, when they're downgrading it, it doesn't mean that they're hurting anything. So I don't want us to get so excited of, oh, they downgraded. Now, if they rid themselves, completely get rid of DEI, I'm alarmed. If you're just kind of scaling back on it, I'm not so alarmed unless I read that report and realize that it's something that's critical. The next thing is, when you apply to these companies, please stop just looking at these job descriptions that rarely ever have people's pictures or rarely have feedback from current employees. Like, really, really look for diversity. When you get these interviews, are you seeing anyone that look like you, talk like you? When you do these office tours, are you seeing anyone that look like you, talk like you? When you go to Glassdoor, what's the feedback that you're seeing? When you go to their LinkedIn company page, what's the demographic that you're seeing? What are the things that they're acknowledging? What are the celebrations that they're having? Who are they recognizing? Even when you go to their website, that's going to let you understand if this company truly respects DEI or if they don't. Because for me, DEI doesn't mean that you making this public announcement that I'm doing DEI. For me, those companies, majority of those companies that want to publicize it, in my opinion, they're doing it for marketing. For the ones that are true to it, they've been doing it long before George Floyd in 2020 and Black Lives Matter movement and the Me Too movement. They've been doing it so long that you can see it embraced in their culture already. I'm just telling you. Like, it's right before your eyes. So don't get caught up on what you're scrolling on social media or what's popping up on your Apple News or what have you. Pay attention to how it's been since you've been shopping with them, since you've been paying attention to them. Most times, if they're not doing that, most times you're not attracted to it because you don't feel connected with it, right? So in these interviews, ask them, what are they doing with their DEI initiatives? What changes have they made? How do they feel about them? You know, don't ask all them questions. Just pick like one and make sure you ask like a question related to the job before you dive into that question, because that's a heated question, right? But I would ask them in these interviews. Hey, Tamika, do you have any other questions? Yeah, I was wondering how quick you're moving with this interview process. Like, how soon do you want to hire somebody? I let them answer that. The next question I might ask about something they talked about in the interview or highlighted in the interview. And my last question just might be, so can you explain to me your take or the company's take on DEI and how you're moving forward? Ask them. Get it from the horse's mouth. This will tell you not only their answer, but their reaction to your questions. Nonverbal cues can tell you exactly how they feel about DEI. Now that helps you make your decision. The next thing you want to do, I kind of already touched on, is that you want to research these companies. Like I said, you can do a Glassdoor, you can do a LinkedIn, you can do a regular Google search. I mean, some of these companies you can do on social media, you can do on their website, you can do on LinkedIn page. There's so many places where you can research these companies and see what you see. Have you seen them recognizing minority holidays? Have you seen them having employee spotlights that include those who are minority? Are you looking at people in leadership positions that are also diverse? Kind of do your own research. Now, not all companies dislike or like DEI. Personally, I just said that I feel like the companies that's making a big hoopla about it is doing it for marketing reasons. Personally, they're doing it to increase their sales. If you already believe in something, how many of us shout out, you know what, I love black people. I mean, we don't even hear black people shouting that out on a regular conversation. So when these companies shouting it out, what are they telling you? Pay attention. Target is the only company so far that I feel has made the most radical change. Some of these companies, or majority of these companies, have done a DEI shakeup for their employees or for their potential applicants or for their company culture. From what I'm hearing, I haven't researched it enough, so please don't beat me up in the comments. Don't beat me up in the comments. I have not done enough research, that's why I haven't done a dedicated video about Target. From what I'm picking up from everybody putting down, Target is not only shifting up their DEI for their employees, but also for their third parties that are providing products and services into their company. So that part scares me, because what do people got to do with you? If they've been making money for you, they should continue to make money for you. I've listened to Tabitha Brown on IG. Both of her posts were very, very interesting. I still feel kind of twisted about how I'm going to move forward. I think the most impactful person that said something about it, in my opinion, is the lovely Pink Lomaine. I love her products. I've talked about them for years on different IG reels that I've done. I have her products here in my she shed. I have them in my house. I love Pink Lomaine. I love all of her artwork. And she said that she had already been included, and she's right, because I also have t-shirts from her when she was included in the Black History Month at Target. And like she said, she sold out and they still didn't renew her contract. So in my opinion, I feel like they're not just trying to pick African American, Latino, LGBTQIA, or Asian community brands that we like, but it's something else they're adding to it. Tabitha Brown has a much bigger name than Pink Lomaine, right? So they're looking at that too. Naturally, that's what they do in the social media world. So I'm not taking that as a hurtful thing, because I mean, that's what brands do when they reach out to me. That's what, companies do when they're asking me to shout out their products or to have an affiliate link and things like that. So it's not surprising. It's not something that's bad. It makes sense, right? You don't want to pick somebody that nobody knows, because then it's going to be hard that they're going to sell your products. But, I absolutely, again, can't do anything except revert back to Jasmine Crockett, because she's been very vocal. She's easy to digest everything she's saying. So many politicians talk so differently that you're like, what did they say? So I highly suggest kind of paying attention to her and following her on social media to see the updates that she gives, as well as listening to press releases that she does. So what happens now that DEI is revoked? You're going to educate yourself and make decisions that apply to you. Don't listen to the cloud of what everybody else is saying. Make decisions that make sense to you. Research them and use that research to make your decision. Now, lastly, I'm sure I'm going to literally sit down and do a Q&A where I hear back from you guys. I mean, I love seeing what you guys put in the comments. It's definitely helping me out. But I think just sitting down and doing this Q&A to make sure I can answer your creative questions to your career is going to be super duper helpful. So luckily, I have a YouTube membership that I'm super proud of, because the folks that are in there are able to ask me questions either on videos where they're acknowledged as being a YouTube member because they get little colored stars right next to their name, or I'm constantly feeding more information to them. There, I feel like we can be more private versus the haters that's gonna come on a regular YouTube and just find my channel for the first time and then wanna attack us on our lives. We can do it in the membership. And so the membership has 3 different layers. I'll put a picture of the 3 layers here. It starts as low as $2.99 and doesn't go any higher than $9.99 per month. And with them, you get different benefits. One is the QA lives. One is me answering your comments quicker, creating your videos first, but also me doing dedicated videos only to YouTube memberships. You also are YouTube members. You also get different community posts that goes only to the members. There's quite a few there. Just like my email list, they also get discounts and learn of new launches before it even becomes public. So it's a really good place to be. And I think it'll be great to like continue the conversation there, because collectively we can help each other make a decision on how to move forward with DEI kind of being in the win. So for those of you who are finding my channel for the first time, I hope that you have literally used this information to help you, because you're hearing this information from somebody that's been working in human resources for over 12 years. Started as an HR assistant, worked my way up to an HR director, and now gladly sit as a global human resources business partner. You're also talking to someone that has the highest level HR certification, which is the SHRM SCP Senior Certified Professional Certification. You're also talking to someone that not only has a master's degree in business administration, but also a master's degree in HR management as well as HR leadership. So you're not just getting my own opinion, you're getting education, experience, all in one. And I personally don't mind letting you know if I don't know something, and I'll research it and get you the answers. If you want even more information on the companies that are remaining committed to their DEI initiatives, then you definitely want to check out my blog at heyyhr.com/blog, because there I have an entire DEI category, so you can do heyyhr.com/blog/DEI, or just click on the blog and just scroll down to DEI, and you can see all of the blogs I've been doing for the last, 2 years about DEI. And so now this can help you truly make an educated decision, learn what DEI is, what is affirmative action, what is EEO, and the plethora of other things that goes with DEI. Until next time, I cannot wait to see you guys on the next video.